I went to Scunthorpe on Tuesday with my colleague Richard Tice, and it was made clear to us there were 3 working days left. 3 working days left to order the coal and the iron pellets that are needed, otherwise the blast furnace shuts down. They've done it on a Saturday because they want to show the world, or, we're standing up for British workers or whatever it is. So, A, not let it get to this mess. B, never sold it to the Chinese in the first place, and I was very public about that 5 years ago. And C, there is a future.
Something huge is unfolding in Scunthorpe, and it could decide the future of British industry. The blast furnaces that once powered a nation are days away from going cold forever. I went there on Tuesday with my colleague Richard Tye, and what we saw was shocking. We were told there were just 3 working days left. 3 days to order the coal and the iron pellets, the lifeblood of the plant. Miss that window, and the furnaces shut down. Once that happens, you don't just restart them. You lose them permanently. This isn't just another business story. It's a national emergency.
The government is on the verge of stepping in to protect British steel. Its Chinese owner is withdrawing from the plant, which it says is losing £700,000 a day. It means the taxpayer could be about to pick up the tab to save the business and the 2,700 people it employs in Scunthorpe. And if
we have to take it over, or we fail to be the only major country in the world that is not a primary steel producer. So all very dramatic. Tice and I went there in the middle of the week. We made a big statement. We said there were 3 working days left to save the steel plant. They've opted for a Saturday sitting for the drama.
The government is on the verge of stepping in to protect British steel, but not because they want to, because they have to. The Chinese owner says the plant is losing a staggering £700,000 a day. £700,000 gone every single day. So they're walking away, and now 2,700 jobs hang in the balance. Fathers, mothers, entire families, waiting to hear if the furnaces that have kept Scunthorpe alive for generations will still burn next week. When we arrived, the tension was palpable. Workers weren't angry, they were exhausted. They've been through years of uncertainty, promises, and politics. But this time, it feels different. Because this isn't just about steel, it's about pride. It's about whether Britain still has the backbone to make things for itself, or if we've surrendered our future to foreign ownership and cheap imports. And the truth is painful. We sold it off years ago. 5 years ago, I said publicly, we should never have sold British steel to China. It was a short-term decision that's led to a long-term disaster. And now, the government is scrambling to fix a problem it created. They're holding an emergency Saturday sitting, a political spectacle designed for the cameras. A chance to say, we're standing up for British workers, while conveniently forgetting that it should never have come to this. But here's what makes it even more surreal. It all unfolded on World Mental Health Day. A day meant to raise awareness about stress, anxiety, and the toll of uncertainty. Meanwhile, 2,700 steelworkers are living through exactly that. The mental pressure of not knowing if their jobs, their homes, their futures, will still exist by the end of the week. It's the cruelest irony imaginable. When Richard and I made our statement midweek, we didn't come for headlines. We came with a message. There is a future, if the government acts boldly. Scunthorpe doesn't need sympathy. It needs investment, leadership, and a real industrial plan. We can rebuild British steel, make it cleaner, greener, stronger, but that starts with one decision: not letting the fire go out. If the furnaces stop, Britain becomes the only major country in the world that doesn't produce its own steel. Think about that. The nation that built ships, railways, and skyscrapers for the world, unable to forge its own metal. It's not just economic failure. It's symbolic collapse. A country that once built empires, now unable to build itself. So as the government weighs its choices, one question looms: will they save British steel, or will they just save face? Because if the flames of Scunthorpe die out, we lose more than a plant, we lose a piece of who we are. The steel that built Britain might go cold, but the fight to save it is burning hotter than ever. And this time, the world is watching.